you guys, Enigma here. I have a deck profile for you guys today of Phantom Knights. It's actually kind of my favorite deck going on right now. Just because came out in the same set of side frames, which is one of my favorite decks, and it's a dark deck, and it's not machine, but there's warriors. There's a few machines in here, and I don't think there's a whole lot. There's, I think, psychic. Yeah, that and its relation to Raid Raptors is probably just there's so many factors going into this as being just my favorite deck. I just kind of wish I grabbed it a little sooner than I did. Alright, let's get into the deck profile. I got 3 Torn Scales. I actually ended up buying another set of these because I saw that they went down in price. So I actually now have 2 of this deck. So if you guys want to see like a more budget-friendly deck, let me know. I will be building that from a friend. So yeah. Next we have 2 Ancient Cloaks. Definitely a great card. Don't need it at 3 anymore. It will just clog most of the time, or you'll hard draw it, if anything. And you want to see more of the Torn Scale. Cloak is something you just want to send with the actual deck. It's not a huge thing if you actually hard draw it, because you can either normal summon it for your turn, or you can end up actually special summoning it by sending something else. It's just you would rather have this sent to grave first than everything else. So this is good at 2 in my opinion. And then next we played 3 Silent Boots. I do actually apologize about the lighting, but actually this is the best I can do right now. So if you can't really see the names, I apologize. Hopefully you are listening to the video. 3 Silent Boots. Honestly, you can't play this deck without 3. It's such a good card. And then 1 Ragged Gloves. You only need the 1. You can sometimes need 2. In my other deck, I will be playing 2. Just in this build, it's very strict on how many cards you want in the deck. This is a 40 card build, so if you do want to play that 41, I would just put in a second Gloves. And finally, for the last Phantom Knight monster, we play 1, apologize about the lighting again guys, 1 Stinggreaves. And that is it for the I'm sorry, the Phantom Knight monsters. Not a huge lineup, but I kind of missed playing some of the older Phantom Knight monsters. Just they're not as consistently good anymore. Next, we do play 3 Tour Guide, and to match the Tour Guide, we do play 3 Kamaguchi Knight. Honestly, you probably can cut this down to 2. I like seeing it with my Tour Guide, so I do have it at 3. But after the first or second time that you have it, you don't really need it after that. So, you shouldn't need to, because you're gonna win going on your second turn at least. If you go first, you're gonna win on your second turn. If you go in second, you're gonna win on your first turn, hopefully. Alright, and then to finally go with the Tour Guide, I play 1 Graph and 1 Seer. I don't play Edgem Sabers. I don't play the Libic. As much as I've always wanted consistency, as in I play 3 Tour Guides, I play 3 Fiend Monsters. Honestly, I'd rather have this become dead than have extra cards in my deck that become bricks, if that makes sense. It's kind of like playing a triple what is the card? I actually play it in the deck here. Terratop. It's like playing triple Terratop in the 1 Taketomborg. You know, the other 2 become dead, whereas the 1 became live, and you get the 1 Taketomborg out of the deck. So 3 Terratop, 1 Taketomborg. It's the same kind of idea. 3 Tour Guide, Graph, and Seer. And then the other issue, a lot of people think, oh, you know, you hard draw this Graph or Seer. You can just end up going through the combo anyway with the Phantom Knight monster to just discard it. or something of that nature, because honestly, you're just gonna get the effect anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Unless you hard draw both of them, you should be perfectly fine. Next, more extenders here. This deck probably has this deck combines everything I love about Yu-Gi-Oh! Extenders, combos, kind of a big boss board, but it's not huge where it's like overpowering, but it's also like it's very strategic in the way it works. One Jackalope and one Tsukinoko. So, I mean, they're both level 3s. They're both darks. Honestly, they just work so well in this deck. Great pair. And then we play the Psychic Engine, the Psychic Wheeler, and Tracker. You do play E-Telly with this. You will see that in the spells here. Don't need to be playing 2 of these instead of the 1 of each, as much as I'd like to get rid of a common in this deck. Mainly, you don't want to hard draw both, and then one becomes dead because you don't have it. So yeah, you can't special summon more than 1 on this name. You can play synchros since you play them, but there's no reason to. Next, we do play the 1 Terratop and the 1 Takatomborg. Takatomborg is not a dead brick. If you hard draw it, you could special summon it when you have a Leviair on field, or even Apollousa, because they're both wind attribute. So you should be fine. It just becomes an extender. Great pair. I think more people should be playing it instead of junk forward. Next, we played 3 Ash Blossoms, and that is all the hand traps I actually play in this build. I want to see my combos more heavily used, and I don't want to see as much. If I play too many hand traps, I'm not going to see the engine, if you get what I'm saying. That's just something that I have a hard time getting around, is too many hand traps, then I break. That's all I can do. Yes, sometimes there is not enough hand traps for what I have to go against, but that is why I play this deck, because if you go first, you won't need hand traps, because you got the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, you have Requiem, you got things to stop things. So, Dark Magician and Red Eyes. Alright, and let's get on to the spells here. We can play the 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Rhoda, 1 Red Eyes, 1 E-Telly, 1 Rank Up Magic, and 1 Called By. That is all the spells I play. You could throw in a Monster Reborn or some Dark Ruler No Mores. I think I play those on my side. You don't need to play them, unfortunately. It's just one of those things where those are all extra cards. These are the ones that are essential to the deck. Some of your monsters are warriors. You want your cards in the graveyard. Red Eyes Fusion, obviously, for Red Eyes, Dark Dragoon. Called By is amazing, especially having to go against it. Any Ash Blossoms or anything like that. I actually just recently learned, I didn't actually read the full effect. A lot of people actually, I don't even know if people read the full effect, but it's negated until the end of the next turn. Yeah. Banish it, and if you do, until the end of the next turn, its effects are negated, as well as the activated effects on field with the same original name. So, if you call by an Ash, and then your next turn you Ash them, you can't, because of Call By. And I don't know. I feel like I'm a little dumb not realizing that, but it's negated for the whole next turn. That's crazy. I've never even thought about it that way. Little things, little rulings, little cards that we just never fully read. Next will be the trap cards, and we are playing 3 Fogblade. Oh, come on. There we go. 3 Phantom Knights Fogblade. Great card. I love this card. The only thing I don't like is sometimes the attack effect. I mean, you can always get around it. It's just having to think about it sometimes is just irritating. But then your opponent has to think about it, and especially if you use 2 on your own monsters, it kind of does that like marauding captain lock where your opponent can't attack at all. Next, we play 1 shade burgundy. Can I get it to focus? There we go. Phantom Knights of Shade Burgundy. And finally, 1 Phantom Knight Sword. You can play wings over this card. I actually prefer to play wings, except for the fact that I am playing Apollousa. So if you hard draw this, and you don't discard it in your combo, and you end up with an Apollousa on field, you can set this, and you can give your Apollousa another 800 attack bonus, and make it so you give it another negate. So that's why I play 1 sword. If you don't play Apollousa, or if you can't afford it, I mean, I think it's like a $5 card right now, and I think actually it just went up to $8 on the gold alternate rare, alternate. So yeah, you should be able to play it. I prefer it, to be honest. I know it does get stuck on field if the card is because it's continuous trap, but honestly, I'd rather have it stuck on the field, giving my Apollousa 800 attack. Then, if I want it engrave, it's probably going to be the first thing engrave. Next is my extra deck. We have Link Spider, Cherubini, Verte Anaconda, Rusty Bardish. Shade Burgundy. I can't even say his name right. Rusty Bardish. Okay. I always confuse the 2 names for some reason every time I do one of these videos. This is like the 7th time I made this video, to be honest. I just kept updating the deck until I finally found something that I was really loving, and this is the build that I've come with. 1 Apollousa and 1 access code. You can cut the access code. You can play Borrow Load or something like that, but access code really kind of finishes the games for you. And then that is it for the Link monsters. And then we do play, of course, the 1 Red Eye Stark Dragoon. Great card. You don't have to play it though. I'll show you a few cards at the end if you do want to play something else. another card you don't have to play. I just have access to a few of them, and yeah, it's you can play it if you have access to it. Double Azus, great card. And let's get on to the normal extra deck for this deck. So we got 1 Leviair. I don't think you really need 2. I've even seen people cut it completely. I love having the access to that banished even after you fully used it, so I'd rather keep it at just 1. 2 Break Sword. You don't need 3. As much as I would want to play 3, you don't need 3. 2 is just fine. 1 Raider's Knight to the start of the Link rank 4s. Raider's Knight gets you into your Arc Rebellion, which honestly it's a turn. It ends games. Arc Rebellion just ends games. So we got Dark Rebellion, Xyz Dragon. There we go. Pick up that ulti on camera. I love the ultimate rare Dark Rebellion. I wish it was first dead, to be honest, but it's still like a $40 card or something, so I'm in love with it. Then we got Dark Requiem, Xyz Dragon. Probably, again, one of my favorite artworks. I think the ulti just went down to like 35-ish, so I might see if I can pick that up somehow. One of my friends collects a lot of the ultis from these OTS packs, so I might be able to get one from him. And finally, of course, the Arc Rebellion I was talking about a moment ago. These 2 are the big boss monsters of the deck, and if you're playing Phantom Knights and you're not playing at least one of these 2, you're not playing the deck right, to be honest. So, and that's just my opinion. I know there's a lot of people that just don't like at least the rank up part of it, but I feel like this is just such a good card. And if you're not playing the rank up engine, I mean, can you really call it Phantom Knights if you don't play the big boss monster? You know what I mean? I don't know. This is, like I said, just one of my favorite decks. It collides with everything. Redrafters was my favorite deck for the longest time, and just the way this deck interacts and the way it can recover from things, it's just. Oh, I can actually show my my side deck. I'm sorry, I forgot I can actually have one built now. It's very shiny. You'll get what I'm saying in here in a second. We got 3 Nibiru, very gold Nibiru. We play 3 Droll, 3 Lancia, 3 Dark Ruler no more. I wish this came as a gold just to complete the rest of this. I did not pick up the Harpy's Feather Duster in gold, I think. I just haven't had time. And then the 2 Cosmic Cyclones. Yeah, that's all 15 on my side. Don't really need much more back row removal than that, in my opinion. Just my locals is very meta relevant in a way of there's not a whole lot of rogue, so I'm not really seeing a whole lot of back row. A lot more people like doing combo based decks, so I really have to go against combo like Dragon Link and stuff. So that is it for the deck, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. I know it's been a while since I did an upload. I missed you guys too. Alright, yeah. Take care, guys. Enigma out.